Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Christina from Playdates and Travels, and today I'm bringing you a fun edition of pins because I'm participating in, once again, the collaboration that is celebrating collections, people, and pins. And this is a collaboration that is happening monthly now, created by Val over at Singer Family Adventures. I've done every single month except for one, which is the Star Wars, because I don't really collect Star Wars. But even though I didn't participate in that month, which I believe was in May, I still participated because I showed my Star Wars collection in the previous month's video at the very end. So technically I've done them all. At any rate, I just really love showing my pin collections, and today's theme is limited edition pins. A lot of people were doing all the limited edition pins, or they're doing a variation of how low can you go. So I'm going to start with my LE size, the smallest to highest. I actually do have some small limited edition pin sizes of LE 100. Maybe I can show that as a bonus at the end of this video. But what I wanted to do, just because I'm kind of pressed for time, I am planning on going to my Disney World trip the day after this comes out. So I am going to be kind of busy for the for the next week. And I wanted to film something to put together for this collaboration. And I was thinking, I'm dressed up for Halloween. We're about to embark in our Halloween month coming up soon, so why not show you my LE Halloween pins? So all my Halloween limited edition pins I thought might be fun to show for this particular collaboration this month. Otherwise I'd probably be here all day. I do have a lot of LE pins. I live near Disneyland Park, so I'm able to grab LE pins a lot from the Disney parks when those come out, and then I collect Artland, I collect Acme pins, I collect fantasy pins. All of those can be limited edition. They're very, very small sizes. But I do have pins that are LE 100 and up, and I was just like, well, I could show you that, or I could even show you my LE 50s, my fantasy pins, right? But I'm going to focus on Halloween. So that's going to be today's theme. Hope you guys enjoy seeing my LE Halloween pins. And without further ado, let's get into this content. So if you like pins, keep on watching, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and consider watching all the other videos participating in this month's collaboration after you watch mine. The videos participating will be in the description below. And now let's get into my pins. I'm going to start with my smallest, which is actually right here. These are my two Halloween Boo Ball pins. These are fantasy in that they were independently created by Rocket Juiced. He was the pin creator that collaborated with Beth over at the Collectioneers Club to create the Boo Ball, and I did participate both years so far. I will be in it this year too, guys, but I haven't gotten this year's pin yet. But this is the very first edition. You can see it does say 2019 Disney Boo Ball, and even though it doesn't say it, this is, you can see the back doesn't say anything about the pin size, but this is an LE 31 because only 31 of these were made for each participant for every day of the Boo Ball, and that is what it looks like. It's kind of Haunted Mansion-esque. They're dancing and they look all like sinister, so I love this pin. It's one of my favorite pins, actually, in my entire collection, and it's funny because it was just given to the people that participated in that collaboration. And then this is last year's Boo Ball pin. The theme was, my nail is so bad, but the theme was like the secret door, so it's kind of like Tower of Terror-esque, and there's this little poison apple Disney door, and then you open it up, it's a hinge pin, and then it says Boo Ball 2020 with some sinister stuff. So I do like both my Boo Ball pins, and they are both LE 31, so probably the smallest that you're going to see in this month's collaboration. This is a pin from a Disney store, Sleeping Beauty 60th anniversary release. There were 3 pins in this set, and this is the Maleficent one with Diablo. I just love the sparkle on here. This was an LE size of 3550. Only 3,550 of these were made, but I think these pins came out so stunning, and I love the black and white detail on her together with this like black glittery opaque background. So really, really cool and fun Sleeping Beauty pin to add to my Halloween collection. The next brings me to this one. This is a Haunting Halloween pin from 2018, and it's Jafar as a pumpkin with Iago from Aladdin. This is one of my very first favorite movies from Disney, and I love that this is a 3D pin on pin. You can see the vines of the pumpkin at the bottom, and this was a size of LE 3000, straight from the parks, and I did have to get this because I was an Aladdin fan. One of my most beloved pins. It is a marquee pin, super desirable, from Disney Studio Store Hollywood. This was just released a couple years ago when they brought back Hocus Pocus to the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, and you can see it does say Disney Hocus Pocus on the marquee sign. You've got emblems of the witches on the front. You have Sarah as the broom, as the mop there, You've got the vacuum with Mary's pattern right there, and then you also have this broomstick that has Winifred's hair as the bottom of it. So super fun. There's a potion with the cauldron, and then if you flip it around to the back, you guys can see all the ice cream symbols. This was an Ellie size of 300. I love these pins so much, and so super excited to have this Hocus Pocus pin in my collection. Speaking of Hocus Pocus, I wanted to quickly show you this 2020 pin from last year. It's not Ellie, but it's limited release, so it's an honorable mention. But it's got the 3 Sanderson sisters over a potion with Binks, and I love Hocus Pocus, so why not show this real quick? Then I have, here you guys can see, I do have the clock, and this is a Haunted Mansion clock. Right there you can see this does have the dial that's supposedly, you know, supposed to swing back and forth, but this was a fun Ellie pin release from the parks, and I was lucky that this was released at a time that I was there. These sold out so quickly. The clock does say number 13 on the top. There are no other numbers on that clock, and then when you flip it around, you can see this is for the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary of Disneyland Resort. And it does say this was a limited edition size of 2,000. Super, super cool. This is a very thick pin. The next pin I'm going to show you is this beautiful Bad Girls Club pin that includes a bunch of Disney characters. This is a fantasy pin, but is just gorgeous, and I love all the different designs that are on here. Different characters, excuse me. You've got the Queen of Hearts. You've got Cruella de Vil. You've got Lady Tremaine, one of my favorite villains ever, followed by Maleficent, the Evil Queen holding the poison apple, and then there's my girl Ursula. I love every single villain on here. I love that it has all the ladies of Disney featured, and this is a fantasy pin. The name of the fantasy pin creator is Enchanted Pins. They're located in the UK, and that's their handle, at Enchanted Fantasy Pins on Instagram. And this is a limited edition. You can see it does say LE there. It says LE 35 or 75, but that's been blocked out because it actually was a smaller limited edition size. They made it smaller, but that's what the backer card looks like. It's got a lot of fun villains on itself. Let's see what the actual LE size. The limited edition size was actually 50 is what they ended up doing, but it's really awesome. You can see it also has like this fun Maleficent themed castle design in the back. That's their like emblem. Really fun, super cute. Last I checked, this was still available on their website, but that's subject to change. But fun pin, and I'm really glad I got this. Perfect for the Halloween season. That's what it looks like on the backer card when I put it back on. Then to go along with that, I have this LE Loungefly pin that's glows in the dark, and it's a sliding enamel pin featuring the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. Again, showing my love, and you can see all 3 sisters right there running on a vacuum, a broom, and a mop. And the moon and the sun are behind them. A beautiful scene. This is a limited edition. And the box says that this was a LE size of 500. I think that might have changed, however. Let me double check. Pin tells me that this is an LE. It says Disney Hocus Pocus. That's coming out. It says 250 on the pin. Maybe that says 1250. It's so hard to read this stuff, right? At any rate, this is a limited edition pin. I know they had to change the LE size that was originally printed on the box, however, so I'm not 100% sure, but it's super fun, and they do slide up and down. Hard to do this one-handed, but you can see that they have moved slightly up, so that's the fun design from Loungefly. Going along with Enchanted Fantasy pins, I have this one as well. It's a Little Mermaid. You can see how beautiful this shell is. I actually got the very last one from their website after I saw this on Game Boys. They were sent this for free, and I just love this pin so much because, of course, it's Little Mermaid. But you can see that these stars are definitely Flotsam and Jetsam there in the center, as well as Ursula. They just look so, so fun, and you got the whole gang with the Little Mermaid emblem, so I love this pin. And this was also an LE classic backer pin that came with this backer card. Super fun with Disney characters. This is a limited edition size of 50, once again, Enchanted Pins. And there's their logo all over the place. Super cute. From my Sword in the Stone collection, I do have this limited edition LE50 as well, a version of Madame Mim from that same fantasy creator. Again, I don't know who created these pins, but I love them, and I love the characters that they portray. So I have this in my collection. I have this Madame Mim as a dragon pin that I got from Park Pack Disney Store collection that I did trade for this. Either one of my friends, either Becca from Disney Kitty or my other friend, traded this with me. It's an LE size of 500. So grateful for this. Either Gina or Becca. Again, I forget which one had this, but thank you guys for offering this trade to me. I have shown this many times on my channel before, but I love my one Disney Studio Store cutie pin is of Madame Mim looking so fierce here. She looks so happy with glee, like she finally got Merlin. And you can see this is only a size of LE 500. This is my one beloved Dark Tales pin that I have, and it's Mim, and you can see she's pointing a finger at Wart as a bird. She turned him into a bird, and he's on a candle, and looks very scary here as well, pin on pin. This is from the D23 event as well, Disney Studio Store Hollywood, and this was LE 300. So excited I was able to get this one from that event. My last non-Ursula Halloween pin is this Happy Halloween 2020 limited edition cast member pin. This was just given to cast members, and you can see it does spin, and it has a bunch of candies in the background and stars and all kinds of fun Halloween theming. Mickey is dressed with the little pumpkin hat, and he looks kind of scared. And I got this from the cast member store. I was lucky enough to get this. My friend was able to purchase it for me. Limited edition size of, according to this was an LE size of 1000. So super fun pin, and happy to have this in my collection for this Halloween season. And finally, I do have my Ursula pin board here. This was given to my friend Jessie from Jessie's Disney Deal. She had this custom made for me, so appreciate this. But this is a Little Mermaid, you can see it's a 30 on the top because it's for the 30 years. This is a pin that came out from the Disney Employee Center, I want to say. Nope, Disney Studio Store Hollywood, I completely forgot. It's an LE size of 400, and this was gifted to me by my friend Arturo. He's a cast member, and he knew that I did not have this pin and gave it to me. He is such a sweetheart, so appreciative to have this pin in my collection. And I love all the mermaids. Look at them as they've been turned at the bottom. They look so scary, or so scared. And Ursula looks scary, so I love it. And there's also like a hidden Mickey there on the side. You guys see that? But I love this pin. I love the colors, and it's so stunning. And only 400 of these were made from this Hollywood Studio Store. By the way, not LE, but she looks fabulous here. This is also from the Hollywood Studio Store, because I love the way she looks there. I have to show it. It's her on the red carpet taking a picture. Love that. This is an open edition from their store, but super fun anyway. Straight from the parks, I have this pin. It is an LE size of 2000. And you can see this is a Windows of Evil pin with Ursula. I had to get this when this was released. There's Flotsam and Jetsam down there on the bottom. And all of these pins look kind of like stained glass, so it's really fun and cool to see all these effects. But you can see her hair all dynamic there as well, and her purple sparkly glitter effect. Love this pin as well. From the parks, I also have this one. It's like Ursula's silhouette, and then you can see Flotsam and Jetsam are formed on the side. When you open it up, it says, "You poor unfortunate soul," with spiders, and it has a portrait of Ursula looking devilish per usual. And this is an LE size of 5500, released in Halloween time at the parks. I have another 2019 Happy Halloween pin. This is a spinner pin. You've got Vanessa on one side, and on the other side is Ursula holding the amulet. I actually prefer the version of Ursula, but because there are so few Vanessa pins made out there, I do keep it on this side, propped on my display. And you can see that this is like the cave. This is from Ursula's lair itself. And on the back, you can see this is an LE size of 5000. Super fun. This was one of those cast connection pins that I was able to trade for. It's Ursula holding one of the potion bottles that she's going to throw to make into her spell to steal Ariel's voice, and I love how she looks there as well. And these were an LE size of 900. Only 900 of these were made. Super fun. This is another limited edition pin. This is an LE size of 1000. You can see once again Ursula is stealing Ariel's voice there, and Ariel looks absolutely terrified. There's her voice flying into it right there, and there's waves in the background. It's pin on pin, and that is what the back looks like. This was a surprise pin, LE size 1000, and I happen to love this. I was able to trade for this at some point. This is a fantasy pin from Disney Chris. She originated the whole character upon character that you can now see a couple of Disney pins now doing, but she originated this, and I love that it's Vanessa juxtaposed with Ursula's face with the little vine in the center and the amulet in the bottom. I absolutely love this design. So pretty. And this was only an LE size of 20. Wow. Such a small size, and I'm super happy that I was able to get this pin. Super love it. This is another fantasy pin, and again, it is Ursula stealing the voice. This is from one of my other favorite fantasy pin collectors. It is Who's It and What's It pins. You can see her logo there in the back. And this says this is pin 7 of 7. I don't remember the overall size of this, but there weren't that many of these made, and if you got all the pins, they create a puzzle. I just got the ones that I absolutely loved, but I happen to love this portrait of Ursula stealing the voice, so had to grab that. It's an Artland pin. I do have a second one of this one. But it is Ursula surrounded by Flotsam and Jetsam, and she looks very fierce and stunning here with her little pose. And this is pin 50 of 250, officially licensed and sold by Artland. I later got this pin sent to me from a Mickey loot box as well. This is also fantasy. This is an Ellie 50, and it's a Vanessa with her tentacles all around her, so I have to keep that in my pin collection as well. I do not know the fantasy maker of this particular series, but I have a couple of these. This is another Disney Chris pin. You can see it is Triton versus Ursula, and she's holding the contract in her hand. There's lots of fun glitter embellishments. This is from Disney Chris, and it's part of the Rival Reflection series, Ellie 65. So you can see with the fantasy pins, these get very, very small in the Ellie size, but they're really big in proportion to a normal Disney pin, for example. Pretty awesome. It's a D23 pin of Vanessa and Ursula in a reflection. You can see the mirror staring back at her with the little candle. I actually used to have 2 of these, but I gave my second one to Tony at the Siskateers as part of a pin swap, so I only have 1, but this is from D23 when I went back in 2019. It says D23 Expo on the back. Little Mermaid 30 years, Ellie size of 300. This was the D23 Expo 2019 color variant, and the difference is that the back is this this color, and the one sold in the park had a different color in the back. So if you are a pin collector, those little details make such a great importance. Finally, I have this one from the parks, and you can see it's the opening of Ursula's cave once again. And it does say this is from the 2018 Trick or Treat collection with Flotsam and Jetsam embossed on that side. And you can see Ursula staring back at you here. This is one of the first pins I ever got from this whole collection. There's Flotsam and Jetsam on this side as well. Fantasy pin from KS Villain Pins. You can see it's an Ellie 50, and it's a wanted poster of Ursula. And you can see Ariel in her blue dress looking on with Sebastian in the background. I love that Ursula is so prominent here, so I had to go ahead and include this as well. Finally, I have this Ellie Little Mermaid 30th anniversary Ursula pin, also a Katzenberg exclusive. Ellie size was only 250 released. You can see it says Disney Employee Center, Ellie 250. And when you open it up, it does have Ursula's portrait as well. She's got a fun, like, green bubble background behind her, and she looks awfully scary here. Oh my gosh, look at those eyes. But super fun pin. So happy to have this, and I keep that as a centerpiece of my Ursula board since it is her name tag. And finally, a couple of non-Halloween honorable mentions, but just because I saw these, I'm showing them. This is a Disney Store Times Square pin. It doesn't say limited edition anywhere on this pin. However, you could only get this if you did one of those photo package at the store, and they have now discontinued that. So this is definitely a limited edition. I'm going to add that to my collection, or at least limited release. And it's Minnie Mouse dressed as Lady Liberty from Times Square, a New York icon, so I love that. And finally, you can see this is an Ellie 600, also a Loungefly Jumbo pin, and this was released on Amazon, an Amazon exclusive. And it's a swinging enamel pin of Ariel in her pink dress holding a dingle hopper. So those are all my limited edition pins I wanted to show you today. A couple of non-Halloween ones just here, but everything else I showed you was Halloween. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for looking at my Ursula board with me. And on that fine note, I'll end with this, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Okay guys, so that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my Halloween Ellie pin collection and maybe a couple of bonuses. I really appreciate you guys giving me the time to watch all my pin content. I definitely want to show you guys some more of my pins in the coming months, so please continue to watch to see all my fun collaborations. Thank you again to Val for putting together this collaboration. I really enjoy it every month. And if you guys haven't already started, go watch the other videos right now. It's lots of fun. Okay guys, that's it for me. Take care. Talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you on Instagram at Disney, most likely. Bye guys.